I still TNT are possibly the top 2 rappers in Africa.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Very few people come close to them as far as skill and just what they can do on the mic. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it might take time, for some people they blow up even when they're 40, but you just have to stay the course. You have to stay true. There's an X factor in music that can't be calculated. I've seen major labels throw tons of money at an artist and put them in front of all our faces, and maybe one record works, and then they try to force it down on us, and it just doesn't work. And they have all the resources, they have all the networks, they have everything you need to be successful, but it just might not work for you. So there's an X factor you can't really calculate with music, which is that special sauce. And if you're on the right track, as far as you're always improving quality, as far as your engineering, you're always improving yourself. Because I also believe you have to grow as a person for the music to also translate that. So if I've been listening to you for 5 years and it's the same, like you're the same person, I was like, come on. So read more books, whatever. You gotta evolve. Whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, getting new information, and just growing and evolving. I think
Right. And so you mentioned a couple of tips that like upcoming artists can use, but what other advice would you be able to give them? Having been a rapper, a creative director, manager, and now a distributor.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say? 3 main tips would you give like upcoming artists?
You gotta be professional, man. I see a lot of people who treat it like a hobby. You don't take it seriously. You don't learn about the business. There's intricate things, little things that you can do that to set yourself apart just by being professional. Be on time for meetings, for one.
Yeah.
Just understand the basics. Understand the rights to your music.
Yeah.
Right.
Majority of our artists don't even know they aren't publishing. Right? So when your song is streamed, there's 2 sets of rights. There's your master rights, which is what the aggregator will pay you, and then there's the musical work or your publishing rights that are also paid out to the digital rights licensing board, like Capasso, for example, for Africa. So Capasso collects money from Facebook, Instagram, Boomplay, all the streaming all digital platforms. So when you use a song on your IG story, there's some money that will go to the master right owner, but there's also some money that should go to the composers, authors, whatever. That's the publishing.
Right.
So be professional, understand the business, I think is very important. Being consistent.
Okay.
Right? What is it that you do well? Do that consistently and you'll be great. Right? So if touring is your thing, you're a good live performer, try and book as many shows as you can. If you're a good songwriter, write songs every day. If performing is your thing, like in studio performance, do that every single day. Be consistent and you'll be the best. If business is your thing, research, try things, invest, lose money, gain money. Do it consistently and you'll be the best. I don't know. Third, I don't know. You tell me, bro.
Jitume, like consistency. Basically, simply because people tend to think like, as an artist, you even don't need to read articles. You don't need to watch TV. You basically don't need to do anything.
Guys think they can just be in the studio, smoke weed, and blow up.
Exactly. That's not what it is.
That's not.
You have to study, man. Take even those classes if you have to, because I've been to a couple of music schools and I've really seen what the young generation is doing right now. And it's more reason I was like, no, I think we need to have Jinx in a podcast, because if there is any link out there that I've ever come across which has the old school generation of musicians or arts and the new school generation, the link.
I'm in the middle,
This guy is right in the middle. Like he can tell you of who Nameless is. He can tell you of who the damn mushrooms are. And imagine he's just been this consistent guy in the game. So now you can imagine if you wanted to speak of Boutros, for example.
That's my guy.
Boutros has a direct communication with Jinx.
Yeah.
I mean, I could also call Boutros 1 or 2 times, but he's been up to the studio trying to record or maybe produce because he's also a producer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But again, if we're looking for people right now to bridge the gap between the old school vibe and the new school vibe, I mean, look no further.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you have thrown a couple of names around, like you met T.I., T.Y. Dollar Sign.
That was
Like, what are
crazy.
some of the highlights of your career?
Meeting
Yeah.
T.I. is insane.
Yeah.
I loved T.I.
How was that? What was the occasion?
like trap music was trap was my thing. I was obsessed with trap music. Seeing the evolution of trap now is just amazing. I used to do trap music when I was rapping. So it was Jameson actually. He came for the Jameson concert and they called me to moderate the press conference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was moderating the press conference, got introduced to T.I. We sat there asking him a bunch of questions and we just hang out. And I was just like, this is my hero. And I just, I'm like, hey, what you saying, youngin? It was crazy.
And
that was definitely a highlight for me. Yeah.
is it, I'm sure the ladies are watching and they're wondering, oh my God, is this guy like single? Is he in the market? Is he taken?
Oh
Very
my
much
God.
taken.
Very much taken. Okay, cool.
I'm
Good to
spoken
know.
for.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't want to ask like taken by who, because really the ladies have been asked that question and basically you've heard he's taken. But bro,
What
you
saying?
need to invite us to your wedding, bro.
Oh yeah, that's the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next step.
For sure. So
I mean, no pressure.
Yeah,
Jen, you kind of look heartbroken. What's going on? Like,
I'm
She
not.
looks
I'm not. I'm gonna play the devil's
Why
advocate
why
here.
is he like this?
why is it
Are you sensing that too?
no, but Jen has been picking on me. It's only that today she's kind of star-stricken by your presence.
come
you know?
on.
You
Yeah,
can't be
bro,
saying
trust
that.
me. Last time I saw her star-stricken like this is when we had a bus on the show.
Ah, legend.
And then until she told me like, no, me and the bus been hanging. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, he is my
Legend.
boy.
But seriously, bro, like it is good to have you on the show. And of
appreciate
course,
you, man.
anytime we would like your presence again, anytime you want to come talk to guys out here, please don't hesitate because really,
Yeah,
you got
I'm
vibes.
I'm a big I'm a big supporter of podcasting. I think radio is dying.
Yes.
Especially since they did not evolve with the times, and I try to tell y'all. And I think in the next few years, all majority of advertising is gonna be going into podcasts. Unless radio style up and figure out some sort of digital,
Which is too late though.
yeah,
Which is
it's a bit too late.
Yeah, but
Try
I mean,
to tell you.
everyone's kind of going audio visual, so
Yeah.
they're trying to catch up.
Yeah, they're trying. So yeah, whenever you guys want me on, I'm here. And when I start my podcast, y'all better come through.
We
Of
will
course, bro.
invite
Of course.
us. We'll
Of
definitely
course.
be there. Before we wind up, I'd just like to ask, what inspires you to do what you do? Like you could push yourself, you could be a rapper, but you've chosen to, just like support other people in their craft. So what inspires you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Like, this is what I'm gonna do.
I'm an enabler of dreams.
Okay.
When I see, when I'm at the festival and I see Wakadinali come out and the whole series, I'm like, I told you.
I told you, man.
Back in 2014, I tried to tell you, these are the guys. Seeing Boutros with his skinny dreads, like tiny dreads. I shot one of his first videos. You can ask him tomorrow. Is he doing the podcast?
We are gonna invite him, but
yeah.
tomorrow it's just a music video.
Yeah. So his video, Feelings. I think the song was called Feelings. This skinny kid with little dreads, and just believed in what he was doing, and we pushed him. And shout out to Musau, who's now become a beast of an executive. And they've always been homies. They've always been together since I met them. Yeah. And seeing these things happen, Breeder, like the first time I met Breeder, it's so many, it's so many that I just look at myself as, I'm an enabler of dreams, and that's what keeps me going. I'm now interacting with some new guys. Like just today, I had a meeting with a crew called Babadogo's Finest, right? So Babadogo, you know that hood.
I know the hood.
And it was like a bunch of kids, and they're telling me how it's bad in the hood, and their friend just got shot. And they were showing me a bunch of their freestyles, but they can't record, and they're really talented.
Yes.
And give them a few years, and that's gonna be another story that I'm able to
you are
tell
good at identifying
early and developing.
Right.
That's what I do. As an A&R, you identify, you scout, and you develop.
Guys, so if you think you've got what it takes as a rapper, as an artist, trying to break it into the music industry, you already know Jinx is here. He scouts for talent. Check him out. How do guys reach you on social media?
It's Jinx like. I'm Jinx like on IG, on Twitter. You can also find my email information on there. And yeah, just reach out. And yeah.
Also here at JOfuasia Media, you already know we have studios, podcast studio, music studios, photography studios, film studios. So if you got what it takes, come down here and show us what you got. Before we wind up, why don't you, Favor and Steve, let everybody else know where we can find you on socials?
You can find me on Instagram _Kibali_ on Twitter _Kibali_ what else? TikTok _Kibali_
Hey, I haven't figured out TikTok yet. You on TikTok?
Bro, like
I realized I'm getting
I'm
old.
sorry,
Bro. I can't do it.
It's not your
Honestly,
thing. I'm sorry.
I'm
It's not your
young, but
thing.
I still it's not for me.
Yeah, it's
You're not there?
I'm not there.
Yo, Ogechi, are you on there?
bro, like for how?
It's not
I'm
your
saying,
thing,
bro.
guys.
Seriously, man. Seriously.
You had
TikTok.
Facebook. You
is-
had Facebook.
No, but
Enjoy that.
I'm saying, we had Facebook.
no, TikTok is just not for me. And not in a
saying.
bad way. I mean, I'm trying to embrace it. Last time I checked, I logged on to that app and I was like, no. For me, you'll find me on Oburu Ogechi, _Babu on all social media platforms. I'll try to figure out what to do on TikToks.
And
Had a good time.
looking forward to have you back and seeing all the amazing and incredible things that you do. So that's it for now, guys. See you
No,
later.
shout out to the guys behind the cameras and all that.
Shout out to the gang.
I've been trying to point them, but
Yeah, shout
We
out
love
to
them.
Teddy, who is our sound engineer. We have Lawrence, who is our filmmaker and editor. We have Charles, our intern, also doing like the most, really.
Yeah.
Doing the most. Yeah, and Jones and everybody who I haven't mentioned. Like, thank you so much for all the support. Couldn't have done it without you. And yeah, just stay tuned to see who's going to be coming next on the JNP podcast.
Yep.
And don't get left out. So see you there. Bye, guys.
Adios.
bye.